Today I wanted to talk a little bit about leveraged ETFs, and the idea behind them is that index funds do pretty well and they're consistent, right? So the S&P 500 has a track record of going up, and yeah, there's some volatility with it, but if you hang in there, it'll keep on going up and it'll be something that you can hold for the long term and rest pretty assured that you'll be okay with. So the idea behind that is, okay, if that does pretty well and it's a pretty stable investment, why don't I double my leverage in it and make 2 times the return? Why don't I triple it? And if you apply that, why don't I go 20 times and just go crazy with it? Well, the idea behind that might make a little bit of sense on paper or in your mind, but there's something called volatility drag that really kind of puts a damper on that. And so I stumbled across an article that walked through a little bit about how to calculate what the maximum amount of leverage you can use is, and it's pretty interesting if you think about it. Now, let me just say I wouldn't recommend any of my clients to use a leveraged investment because they're too volatile and too risky for most people. But if you're insistent upon using something like this, at least be smart about it. So basically, if you look at this and you see the K and you see the mu and you see the sigma and you see that they stand for the leverage amount and they stand for the average daily return of the investment. They stand for the standard deviation as well. If you can go back in history and you can find all of those numbers and you can plug them in, basically you'll get a parabola and you'll be trying to find the top point of that to figure out what the maximum amount of leverage you can use before it starts going back down again. And so that one on the chart is going to show you, okay, this is basically what it looks like if you just hold the index, but you don't have any leverage with it. So if you just hold SPY. But then if you go up to the 2, what you'll see is that'll be if you have a 2 times leveraged fund. And then after that, it really starts to fall off pretty hard after that. And so the idea here is if you're going to use leverage, you don't want to go past that peak point, and you want to find that good medium where it'll give you a good return and you can outperform without the leverage, but you don't start to lose because of volatility drag. And so that's a little bit about this. I hope that you learned something and I hope that it was helpful.